Welcome to our YouTube channel again. This is Isan Kose from Kose Trading, and today we have another product from Bang & Olufsen. Today we're gonna do a deassembling process for a Beogram 3000 record deck type 59. This beautiful turntable is designed by Jacob Jensen, the most famous designer that has been with Bang & Olufsen. The Beogram 3000 has been manufacturing from 1985 to 1987, and it's very nice. This Beogram is in the materials has been done in aluminium and also some plastic parts, but inside the Beogram there'll also be found in rubber types. The main input is the DIN connector, and we also have the power cord. The Bang & Olufsen Beogram 3000 type 59 is weigh around 5.3 kilos, and the dimension is 42 by 32, and the height is only 7.5 centimeters. The speed is 33 and 45 RPM. So yes, the function, the most iconic function of the Beogram 3000, on the top of the dust cover, you can actually pause and play and move the arm back and forward. That's nice. So you can actually control the Beogram, the record player, on the dust cover. So we're gonna do another deassembling process for this Beogram. We're gonna strip all the parts and we're gonna look what's inside the Beogram. So first step, let's remove the platter. You can take a normal flat screwdriver at here, but I would prefer you can use a rubber and not metal. And here's the platter. It's a big beautiful platter, and it's easy to remove, so we're gonna put that aside. So next step will be removing the complete dust cover. So to do that, we need to unscrew. There's some screws we need to unscrew at the side, so we're gonna do that. At the right side there's two screws, one here and one there, so we can actually if you can flip the Beogram, and there's a screw right here at the corner, one here, and there will also be located one here. So we're gonna remove the screws, and hopefully we can bring the Beogram in the service position and lift the dust cover up. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna speed up the process. We have finally removed the screws. You can actually lift and take the dust cover and move it from right to left. But to do that, you must move the arm from right to left side, and then you can lift it up and get in this position. And so here we have the Beogram in the heart. As you can see, the power supply board has been damaged. Therefore, we can actually strip all the parts out, and we can do this video. So let's remove I think we should remove the pin for the dust cover, and we can first work on the dust cover and move on to the Beograms inside the Beogram. So let's try to remove the pin. So I'm gonna grab some tools and remove the pin so we can concentrate us on the dust cover. Always safety first. So let's try to move the Beogram and get in a good position. So we can actually, if we can move this one, that will be great. So you just need to pull. So we just need to pull here. Sometimes it can be very hard, but take your time, get a good angle. You can actually move this a little bit down if you have, here we go. So you can actually get a better position. Sometimes this is hard, but you can actually do it. Here we go. Here we go. So we have the long aluminium thin part to hold the dust cover. In this position, let's try to remove the cables. We can just lift the flywheel off. And this is the flywheel with the gearing on. And let's try to remove the control. Here we go. And we also have the belt. Let's also remove the belt. And let's try to remove the connection cable. And let's also remove this one. So it's the white. Here we go. Here we go. So let's move this one and concentrate on this part. Here is the dust cover. This dust cover is actually also the control panel for the Olufsen Beogram 3000. Let's try to get it upside down and see what's inside the dust cover. We have some rubber and ABS parts, and we also have the electronic parts here, and also a light indicator for the turntable. So let's try to remove the back part and see if we can get it inside the Beogram and remove the dust cover. So in here there's one screw here and one screw here we need to remove. So I'm gonna do that. I finally removed 2 screws at the back, and I think we can just lift it up. And here is the back part for the Beogram 3000. Gonna move it here. And then we can actually gain access to the light indicator and the lift up mechanism for the dust cover. Let's try to remove, if we can remove this one, that'll be great. Thing is this is holding by a clip here. Here we go. There's must be a clip also here at this side. Just need to push it out, and here we go. And then we can actually remove the light indicator. Just need also remove this clip, so we can actually take it out. We also just need to remove this one. Here we go, and we can just pull it out. Remove the clips. One and the last one, and let's try to see if we can move it out from here. Yes. Here is the light for when the turntable is moving. There's a flashlight onto the platter, and here's also the clips and the light. Gonna put this over here. And then we can actually move on to see if we can remove the complete lift mechanism. And it can be tricky sometimes to do that. Let's try to see a part where I remember we need to remove I think we need to push it here and lift it up. Part what I can remember. Here we go. And the other side. Here we go. And we actually got the springs and the holder. Gonna put it here. And on each side there's a screw. So let's try to unscrew them. And here we go. And this one came also off, and you can just pull it off. And here is the parts for the lift up mechanism. This will also be for sale, like this, a complete set. And we can actually move, I think we can just pull it out, and here we go. So let's move this one. I think we also need to remove, there are some screws we need to remove, so we can make the set complete. So I'm gonna do that. And the last screw are being removed, and here is the last parts for the lift up mechanism for the dust cover, and with the screws. And the last thing we need to remove is these points, the control points. So it's actually easy. So we just need to, I think we can just lift them off. Here we go. And the last one, next one, and here we go. So we also have the controls buttons for the Beogram 3000. I'll put it here. And then the only part we have left is the dust cover. This dust cover, we have some replacement parts for the aluminium. If you're interested, send me us a message and we can find some parts on replacement. And this one is actually in good shape. So yeah. So next step will be bring the other part, the down chassis with all the electronics. So we're gonna move on. So we have moved the camera a little bit down, so we got a closer look for the parts. Let's try to see if we can remove the servo motor and the drive motor first. So the servo motor is holding by only one screw and also a belt. So let's do that. I think I'm not doing any speed up at this process. I'm just going through the parts. So let's remove the screw here. And let's try to see if we can remove it. Here we go. And the servo motor is going here, and if we can remove it from here, from the connection, and here is the servo motor for the arm, and it has this number on. And next step will be removing the drive motor. And the drive motor is only holding by one screw. So let's first remove the connector. And we're gonna remove the screw. And let's try to lift it up. Here we go. And here we go. And here is the driver motor for the Beogram 3000. And here is the number and the connector. And we also have some capacitors, a small PCB board here. Next step will be removing the power supply board. As you can see, the power supply board has been damaged. I actually bought this internationally, so I think they have some huge drop. I don't know if we can fix that, but yeah. So I'm gonna remove the screws. There's only 2 screws holding by here. Here we go. And let's also remove this screw, and let's see if we can lift it up from here, and we can also move this one. Here we go. And you can see there's a pin here we need to remove on at the same time. Here we go. And remove the connector. Here we go. Here's the power supply board. And you can see there is some crack right here. I don't know, I think we couldn't turn it on, but at this moment we're gonna leave it as it is and use this example. And folks out there, please ship the biograms in good condition. So we can also put it out here. Maybe we can replace this one. So we are actually in process to remove the parts. And let's also remove the belt. This belt is for the servo motor. It's driving this whole complete mechanism and drive also the arm back and forward. Next step will be removing the main PCB board. This is the PCB board 1. The PCB board 1 is holding by 4 screws. So we're gonna remove the 4 screws. And here's the last screw. And let's try to remove the connector here. No, I think we can just leave it, pull it out. And here is the main PCB board. And we also have some nice connector here. And also when you do a service for your own biogram, make sure to see the, I don't know if this one is right. Maybe there is done some service on this one. I'm not sure. But here is the PCB board. Move here. So next step will be removing this one. This one is connected to the cable and over to the DIN output. So let's remove the screw. And let's try to see if we can move this PCB board out. Yes. And remove the cable. Just need to bend it a little bit if we can. Here we go. Move the screw. And also these plastic part, I'm not sure if we can move it, but sometimes I think it's in the Beogram 8000 you can actually move them and it will be right off. So let's try to see if we can move this cable. Oh, here we go. So next step, and here is the spring. The spring is actually located right here. This one will be this. Actually, we are removing the complete arm, but for this video purpose, we are removing all the parts. And here is the cylinder. Put it here, and we also need to remove the complete arm. So here's the big one. And let's try to remove the wire. And the wire is a very, very weak point for the Beogram. And it can be very hard to replace, but we have some, and we can also do a service on this one if the wire is damaged. So so let's try to remove the wire. Here we go. And here is the wire. Let's also remove the spring. I think I'm gonna grab a tool here. Here we go. So let's try to see if we can remove this one and remove the cable. Here we go. So here is the complete arm. Let's save this and we're gonna continue with this one. So we are still in process to remove all the parts. Let's try to. This one is sometimes very difficult to remove, but I'm not sure why, because I think we need to pull here at the same time we need to move it. But I've only success with this one only one time. I don't know why, but let's save this one. So let's remove the suspension. And here we go. I think this video will be a little bit long, but this is actually my first video with a Beogram. And the suspension here. And the last one. And also in this process, normally I will skip. Oh, there was a MMC inside a Beogram. What a surprise! What is MMC 4? What a surprise! That's a great, but it's looking very bad condition. But what a surprise! A MMC4 inside a Beogram, hiding under the suspension. Wow, that's nice. So we're gonna put it here. So all the suspension is out, and the last thing we need to do, I think we can remove this one. And this is the plastic part. So the great thing we need to do right now, we need to remove all the gearing. So let's also remove this one. This is the, I don't know what it is. It's for this PCB board. It's clicking. I think it's the relay. So let's also remove this one. So this process is just removing all the parts. Here we go. And let's try to see if we can lift this up. Here we go. Another plastic part. Let's try to see if we can move something out here. Let's move those ones out for the suspension also. We can actually, I think we can just move it off. No, still locked. But at the bottom you can see actually we have the transport screws. Let's try to unscrew them. And also remember, when you ship a Beogram overseas or you need to do a transport, make sure to, oh, and there are some parts falling out. Make sure to tighten the transport screws. And we have some plastic parts. And let's try to see if we can lift it up. Let's see if we can just unscrew the, oh, you can actually in this process just unscrew the transport screws right off. And the last one. And here is the screws for the transport screws. So let's try to lift this up. And here is the bottom part. Complete bottom part for the Beogram 3000. And we're gonna put it here. Next step will be removing the other parts. And let's try to see if we can remove, and here is the metal clamps for the transport screws. And next thing we need to do is removing the gearing. And it can be very tricky to remove all the parts, so we're gonna take it one by one. And here is some parts. Here is 2 springs. Need to put it here. Let's try to see if we can lift this up. Also, we will also prevent not to break anything here. Here we go. Another plastic part. And let's also remove this. Here we go. And disconnect the pin. And let's see if we can move it out in some way. No, let's remove also this big gearing. Here we go. Another plastic part. I think we're gonna stack the whole table in plastic. And here we go. The big gearing. And see if we can move this up. Yes. Next process will be removing this one. And you just need to use a flat screwdriver and remove the clamper out here. Here we go. Let's also see if we can remove the clamper here and move this up. No, it's not possible. It's still hanging on this one. So let's grab some tools. No, let's try to see if we can remove this one. Here we go, and lift it up. And here's another gearing part. Is it possible to move this one? Nope. Let's remove this one. Here we go. Another gearing part. The last step will be remove. Oh, also remove the spring. And here's another plastic part and a spring. Plastic part. I think we can, no, these also are fixed. So let's try to see if we can. Here we go. This pin is off. Let's see what we can do right now in this process. Let's try to move this one. This is the servo motor that's driving this one. And the next step will be removing this big. Here we go. Some other plastic parts. I told we're gonna move all the table in parts, so lift this up, lift this off. Also some plastic parts and one here. And let's see if we can lift this off. I think this is in one piece, yes. And we're gonna move this one off. It's here. And I think we are fully done with this one. The only thing we need to do is removing this one. This can be a little bit tricky. I don't know. I think I don't have the skills to remove this one. I think last time I done it, I damaged it, past what I can remember. But let's try to see if we can do it anyway. So part what I know. There's nothing to see here underneath. So I think we need to push it here at the right side and pull it out. So there's no, maybe we can remove the pins here, but I'm not sure. Let's try to see if we can push the pin. At the same time we lift up. Oh, I think we broke it. Yeah, we broke it. That's not good. But the great is we have a spare part for that. Let's move this one. And here is the complete bottom part for the Beogram 3000. We're gonna put it here. Next step will be removing the parts from this tone arm. Let's try to see if we can remove all the parts. So let's remove the screws first. And normally I do not remove all the parts from the tone arm. I sell the part like this. So but for the audience, we need to look what's inside the tone arm. So let's try to lift it up, and here we go. But I think we need to see what's here. If we can remove this one and lift. Should be supposed to do that, but I'm a little bit scared to rip it off. So let's try to see if we can. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's remove the screws here. Here we go. And move the cable upside down. Here we go. But I think we need to deassemble. Maybe we need to cut it right here so we can. At this point, we in process to remove this arm, but we don't need to cut the cover lines off. So let's try to see. And the cover lines is going in this direction, and so let's try to see if we can remove it, but not break it. Maybe we should cut the line right here and the other line right here, so we still have some space to work on. So let's cut it here, and the other one, let's cut it right here. So let's move this up. So we are processing to remove all the parts from the Beogram 3000 type 59, because there's two types of Beogram 3000. Now let's see what we can do here and move it down here. The whole mechanism is very tricky to work on, but it's nice. It's a learning process. So we have finally nearly done with this. So what we have here, I think we can move this one. Oh, it's glued on, and let's try to see if we can. Here we go. So we have finally removed this tone arm completely, and here is the counterweight. You can move it on and down, and I think we should sell it like this. But yeah, I know there's one screw here, but I think you can just pull it out. But this part will be sold like this completely. So next step will be removing this screw, so we can move this out. Let's see if we can remove the screw here. And let's also remove this screw. So I think we just need to grab a very thin screwdriver and see if we can remove this. This is very challenging. Here we go. Sometimes just need to use the time to unscrew one screw out here. Here we go. And let's try to see. Oh, it's still stuck. No, it's coming off. Remove the cable. Up here. Down here. Why did they make it so complicated? Boom. And can we remove? Here we go. And here is the servo arm and the light indicator for RPM. gonna be sold like this. This part is easy to remove. Here we go. And yeah, and here's another part. I think we're done. We have finally removed all the parts. I think we don't have enough space. I think we don't have enough space to show all the parts, but let's try to do it anyway. So I couldn't bring all the parts at the table. I didn't have enough space to do it, but here is all the parts, all the plastic parts. We have the big round platter, and we have the flywheel, and we also had the dust cover. We have the rear cover. We also have this aluminium block for all the parts. And surprise, surprise, we also find a MMC4. Let's see if we can focus on the MMC4. Yes. And I think that's it. Mainly, we also damaged one piece here. So thank you for watching, and this was my first Bang & Olufsen Beogram 3000 type 59. So I hope you liked the video. All the parts we have taken out from here will be listed on my website, and if you're interested, you can buy it. So also thank you for watching. I hope you will subscribe to my channel, and have a nice day.